What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Smackdown, which came very early, live from Australia, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including, has Big E officially retired from wrestling? Triple H hurting WWE? WWE making Survivor Series War Games huge? Did WWE just spoil a major return? Classic themes are back in WWE? Roger Jackson pleads not guilty, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, is number 1, Cody's opening promo. A WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, kicked off Smackdown, and whilst the promo delivered nothing new, the crowd were fully on board with everything Rhodes was saying, and it was also nice to see him have some fun with Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, as Cody was confused in what the crowd was chanting at Seth Rollins, but Wade Barrett made it clear they were calling Seth Rollins a wanker. Number 2, Cody vs Jacob. Now it looks like WWE could be moving forward with a feud between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. The two had an interesting backstage segment before Drew McIntyre would take out Fatu. Rhodes vs Fatu is certainly a fresh feud that could definitely bring some new life into a stale SmackDown product. Number 3, Nakamura's old theme is back. Shinsuke Nakamura would answer Sami Zayn's Open US Challenge, and the good news is that he once again has his old theme back. Nakamura's match versus Zayn was his best match in a long time, and it was wonderful to see Nakamura once again as a babyface, as he is a name that fans want to cheer for. However, the match would end in a no contest after a returning Tama Tonga interfered, which led to the rest of the MFTs interfering and the match ending in a DQ. WWE have now decided to repackage the MFTs with some face paint, definitely a callback to both Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa's days in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Number 4, a fresh feud. Following the Wyatt Six defeating the Street Profits, the faction would then be confronted by the MFTs. This is a rivalry that's been rumored for some time now, and now looks like WWE are finally committing to the feud. And an epic main event. The SmackDown was main evented by a truly epic last man standing match between Aleister Black and Damian Priest. The two delivered a PLE-worthy encounter, and it came to an end when Zelina Vega, who's the real-life wife of Aleister Black, helped Black to win with a fireball to the face. Now, this on-screen pairing is major potential, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes in the coming weeks. Perhaps we'll even have Lola Vice defend her man, Damian Priest. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number 1, can they coexist? The crown jewel build for Cody Rhodes vs Seth Rollins has been really good. The feud is built on continuity and prior lore, but the same can be said for Stephanie Vaquer vs Tiffany Stratton. Due to the two having zero history whatsoever, WWE's only build has been a can they coexist storyline, and this came into effect in a tag match on SmackDown. This is the most basic level of storytelling, and it's incredibly lazy. Nothing on the show this week stood out as ugly. I mean, there was a little bit of a botch where the main event table was still out on SmackDown, and perhaps they didn't have enough time to prepare. It was just a funny little thing that was noticeable. But whilst the show is far from perfect, it was definitely an improvement on some of the most recent editions of the Blue Brand. What do you guys think of the Blue Brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now first story looks at, has Big E officially retired? Now our top story today takes a look at a new interview from former WWE champion Big E, who's now seemingly retired from active competition in WWE. The popular star appeared on Stephanie McMahon's podcast this week, and this is what he had to say when it came to his current status as a pro wrestler. For all the people you've had on, I'm like, why me? My career is kinda behind me. I'm someone who is appreciative, and I think I had a really good career and I'm proud of it. But you've had John Cena, Livy Dunn, some of the biggest names. Big E's career was cut short in 2022 when his neck was broken in a match on SmackDown. Whilst Big E previously hadn't ruled out an in-ring return, this is the first time in which he has made it clear that he's basically done as an in-ring competitor. Whilst this is obviously upsetting news, he's still a key part of the WWE family, as his work on the WWE pre-show panels receives widespread praise, and there are even calls from fans to see him move into a full-time commentary role. Next up is Triple H hurting WWE. Now, there seems to be rising concerns with Triple H as head of WWE's creative, and that he may be putting external political and personal ambitions ahead of his core role in WWE. According to The Observer, Triple H has reportedly missed multiple television tapings and absented himself from certain creative meetings. Paul Levesque has missed some shows of late, and it's led to people saying his political priorities, not wrestling politics but US politics, have started to hurt the company. While some close to him insist these absences were planned in advance, others inside WWE believe that his increased involvement in politics in the US is beginning to interfere with his WWE duties. Some are saying that Triple H is cultivating a public persona akin to that of Dana White, appearing to be the face or a figurehead of the brand rather than remaining behind the scenes. One person even used the term Dana envy. There were recent reports that Triple H has missed a few shows due to priorities outside of WWE, and it was clear that he didn't even bother to catch up on shows he missed. More recently, Smackdown is undergoing a creative shakeup due to low ratings and negative reviews of the show. Next up, WWE making Survivor Series War Games huge. WWE is well underway to making Survivor Series War Games huge this year. Right now, plans are in place for a huge men's War Games match involving CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and either Jimmy Uso or LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Brock Lesnar, and Austin Theory. Now, having Theory in the match is a real head-scratcher. Firstly, he's injured, and whilst he could make a return, his recent booking hasn't made him anywhere near main event worthy. Many believe that he would start a feud with his former tag partner Grayson Waller rather than being involved with the Vision stable. Also, according to The Observer, Dominic Mysterio is currently scheduled to defend his Intercontinental Championship against John Cena at Survivor Series in San Diego. Now, this is awesome, as John Cena finally has a chance to become Grand Slam champion before he retires, as the IC title for John Cena is the only one left to win. Having that mark on his career would be great before he retires. Next up, Biggie reveals mental health struggles. Now, on the subject of Biggie, his appearance on Stephanie McMahon's podcast was his chance to speak up in relation to his struggles with mental health, and the former WWE champion revealed that he's often been struggling with his mental health, and taking his own life was still a viable option during the height of the New Day. My first memory of struggling with depression was 9 years old, looking in the mirror and just crying and thinking, I want to be anyone but me, just feeling very much alone, feeling like truly anyone else but who I was, and I was just not comfortable in my skin. Biggie continued by saying, my journey in therapy was not a smooth one. I had many struggles. I was on antidepressants. I was on antipsychotic medicine as well. It got to a point too where I was just even in a psych ward at the University of Iowa. I still struggled with suicidal thoughts even at the height of the New Day when we were taking off. So many times I didn't know why I was here. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Biggie using this platform to speak openly regarding this takes a huge ton of courage, and hopefully this helps other fans who are also struggling with their mental health. This is the seriousness of mental health. You would never have looked at Biggie on WWE television, who always is having a blast, thinking that he's having thoughts of that nature. That's why it's extremely important that people talk about him more. Next up, classic themes return. Now, on Smackdown this week, numerous wrestlers including Shinsuke Nakamura and the Street Profits reverted to their original WWE themes, and according to WrestleVotes on X, WWE stars including Sheamus and Drew McIntyre have been requesting their old themes. As seen and heard on tonight's Smackdown, a few superstars reverted back to their original entrance themes. Sources indicate several superstars have been requesting music changes for some time now, including outspoken names such as Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Time will tell if all those requests are eventually granted. Does it mean that more wrestlers will be reverting back to their old themes? Let's hope so. Next up, did WWE spoil a major return? Did WWE spoil a major return when it comes to tomorrow's Crown Jewel event? Fans attending the show have noticed that the official program for the show features Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Obviously, these are two names that are no longer employed by WWE, so does that mean they'll be making their grand return to WWE programming tomorrow night? It's kind of unlikely, and this is likely down to an error. It's possible that the program was produced way in advance, or the program isn't specifically a Crown Jewel program that focuses on the show itself. Whilst the cover of the program has a Crown Jewel poster on, the contents may contain the generic pages of a program that's seen at live events and TV tapings. This can often be the case for some shows that WWE produce, especially as one of the top matches for the show of Roman Reigns vs Bronson Reed was only added on Monday, so that specific match is unlikely to be featured in the program itself. Scarlett is even taken to X to joke about the program inclusion, so if both were returning, she would be outright ignoring the supposed leak. It is possible that both make their WWE returns in the near future, but it doesn't look likely for Crown Jewel Perth. Next up, Roger Jackson pleads not guilty. Roger Jackson pleaded not guilty in court yesterday for numerous charges relating to the incident with Psycho Stu. The two charges include sentencing enhancement for allegedly causing great bodily injury, which could add significant time to Jackson's potential prison sentence. Based on the charges presented to the court, Jackson could potentially face up to 7 years in prison. He's now expected to be back in court next month. Next up, cancelled WWE creative plans revealed. Before Santos Escobar's initial WWE departure, there were reportedly major creative plans in place for him. According to a new report from Body Slam Plus via Patreon, initial plans called for Escobar to win the AAA title, but WWE would then pivot and go with Dominic Mysterio as the new champion. In regards to the update from Body Slam, we've learned that Santos Escobar was lined up to defeat El Hijo del Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship at one point, with Los Garzas being the AAA World Tag Team Champions as well. That was the direction being discussed before plans shifted. Dominic Mysterio ultimately ended up being the one to dethrone Vikingo and is now the face of AAA. And now that Escobar has re-signed with WWE and has voiced his creative concerns, it could be interesting to see what creative progression for the former Cruiserweight Champion could be. Next up, a WWE match never happening again. AJ Styles has confirmed that his match with John Cena tomorrow at Crown Jewel will be the final match ever between him and Cena. On the Crown Jewel warm-up show, AJ confirmed that he and Cena will refuse to wrestle again, even if Saudi Arabia offers a ton of money. I am happy to get the opportunity to face John Cena one more time, and I can tell you this, it will never happen again. I don't care how much money they offer us, we're not going to Saudi Arabia to have another match. You know, this is it, man. This definitely gives more weight to tomorrow's match, and hopefully their final matchup is an all-time classic. Next up is a former world champion returning to WWE. And despite the TNA Invasion of NXT storyline being well received by fans have been wondering where on earth Nick Nemeth aka Dolph Ziggler happens to be. Nemeth is a central part of the TNA roster, but it's almost as if he doesn't exist when it comes to the Invasion storyline. And now Nemeth has cleared things up during an appearance on Chris Van Vliet's podcast, and according to Nemeth, he's not interested in an NXT return unless it's to wrestle a big name. If it's to go to NXT and have a match, I'm not interested. I've done everything I could possibly do in NXT, and if it's something to do with someone that I worked with like Randy or Cody or Seth or something, I would be open to it if it helped TNA do something or make a stride or just get some kind of box check to help us out, but otherwise I'll be cheering along on the outside. The former world champion continued by saying, "Oh, I don't think there's anywhere for me to go. I was the champ, and if I went there and I was in a battle royal and lost, what am I doing? That doesn't help TNA get on the map somewhere. I don't think me being there helps TNA, and if it does, you bet your ass I'm there." Nick Nemeth does make a compelling point, and it's easy to see where he's coming from with this logic. He last wrestled for WWE back in 2023, and he's a name that had major success outside of the WWE bubble. And finally, Omos returns. Our final story today takes a look at a huge WWE return, pun intended, as at last night's NXT live event, Omos officially returned to in-ring action. In his first official WWE match in over a year, he squashed Lexis King, and from fan footage, Omos received a fantastic reaction from the live crowd. It's unknown if this is a full-time return, as WWE has a habit of re-debuting Omos only for him to completely disappear again. But there you have it, folks, our look at this week's Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.